Boyos. I think we shall call it here. This is the final recap of everything we have done. Why, you might ask? We finally hit fucking mental quickness 5 out of 5. Let's go. This means all the slots we have been saving, having hit all our capstones and everything is ready, we can card in the last things we need. I just remembered I had a Hand of Justice here in the bank. And now, before we card anything at all, just given this simple power of farming, not even an insane amount, I would just say like the basic amount of manastorm, and basically everything's around 300. Let's see how much power we can reach. I'm gonna retreat into the depths of Undercity to the peace and quiet of the undead hometown. And let me just double check. I'm not gonna use any buffs. As a gear reference, we have 756 spell power. It's not a bad amount. We're gonna put everything here. Drop totems. This was a test from before, you did not see that. And let's get pumping. We're holding 30k burst, super steady. Actually, just guns chilling. 32k, wowza. This is a build that we have been playing for less than 34k, bro. I am shocking myself. I cannot believe my own eyes. And we're still yet to card many a talent, many an ability. Well, we have carded all the abilities. But this is an impressive amount. Look at this shit, dude. 75 item level. We did grind a little bit of item level. Let's set the pet on passive. And recall the fucking totem so they stop fighting. 75 item level. In terms of abilities, we did hit most of the things we needed because we carded most of the things we needed, but we were able to get all the cards that we indeed wanted from just, leveling and doing content. And in terms of talents, we naturally hit Molten Earth. Primordial Fury was the only card we needed because we needed a bit of a power boost at some point. Corrupted Maelstrom Weapon naturally hit, very nice. Overheated Strikes, we hit it, but it's actually not gonna make it into the final build. Same with Seething Flames. And then in terms of epics, Burning Flames, but we did not hit Harbinger of Flame, sadly, nor do we have the card for it, so that means we're gonna have to keep rolling and in the future hit either the card or the talent. Seismic Spite, around 5 to 10% strength. Freezing Strike, we're not going to use it. We can check our Lava Sweep crit here. It's already 100% without even being bis geared. So we definitely do not want to play the angle where having Fingers of Frost makes Lava Sweep permanently crit. Chaos Manifesting, super nice. 10% fire damage. Consuming Flames works out to 10% more fire damage. Searing Rage for the totems to hit, and when they hit, it will buff Lava Sweep by 35% damage. This is also why we have this talent, Rising Flames, which increases the cast speed of the Searing totems. Kindle for the fire, 8% fire damage. Elemental Fusion, when we're using our shocks, we get 15% more Lava Lash damage, and we have both Flame Shock and Stone Shard. The reason will become clear in a moment. And then the general fire scalers, plus I think we took literally every single 3% damage scaler. Okay, keeping this in mind, we still know we need the following cards. Stormborn, for sure. We're going to prioritize carding what we need there at the bottom. Elemental Equilibrium. This is in order for Stone Shard plus Flame Shock plus the Frostband weapon or the Pure Chaos Bolt, the fact that it hits with all schools of magic. It will proc this for 7% more fire damage. This, it hurts my dearest heart to fucking card this, but we did not hit it in maybe like 2000 talents, so we do need improved Storm Strike for 10% more fire damage guaranteed. And at this point, let me check my planner in order to see what else we actually need that is important. Crackling Echoes, 5% more fire damage. Oh, we have it in the golden variant, which is great. Shamanistic Rage Harvest, we also need. in order to reduce the cooldown of Shamanistic Rage and proc a lot more Primordial Furies. At the top here we need Super Hot for 15% more Lava Lash damage. And I think that might actually be it. Legacy of the Arcanist we could use, but we're not interested in. And we will leave this talent open for Harbinger of Flame when it comes. Either we card it in or we get the talent reroll by itself at some point. Even though I don't think I'm going to be investing many more scrolls into this. So we need 6 talent slots, and we have 4 that we want to get rid of. In this case, since we're already at 100% crit, I think I'm going to drop a crit talent, the one that is the least important. Well, Molten Fury as well for execute damage. It's really nice if you have space for the REs, which I guess we do. We could play that angle, but the instant burst is just too valuable. Oh, Shadow Power I wanted to drop, even though let me double check the uptime on it. Yeah, the uptime of Deep Shadow is 20%. Basically, the Chaos Burn Shadow Dot counts as a Shadow Dot, obviously, and procs this for 8% more damage. However, given the fact that Chaos Burn ticks very slowly, it does not have great uptime. So this is 6 talents that we could drop without sacrificing any crit. Let me just double check that we need everything that we have here. Yeah, I think we do. This enhancing totems is not such high value when you have best in slot gear and your item level 90, 94, 95. But at the moment, because our gear is pretty shit, it provides a really valuable boost. So this is something we could replace for Harbinger of Flame later on. Double checking that we have everything. We're not dropping something insanely strong. No, we don't need any of this. So it's time to unleash the madness of getting all of our preferred talents, my boys. Molten Fury, unfortunately my friend, you must go. Improved Storm Strike is finally here after 2,000, 3,000 rolls for a simple common talent. It feels so bad to have to card this, but we will do it for the sake of the video. Let's check the playtime. 1 day, 6 hours, 21 minutes at this level. Overall, 1 day, 11 hours. So let's say 35 hours, 36 hours, and then 30 hours at max level. You saw I took it pretty chill, did not try hard too much. I literally only bought consumables out of the gold I farmed myself, and everything is still here. Did we lock in everything? Yes, all the talents are learned. Let me just think if anything in the rotation changes. Nothing really, besides the fact that I gotta keep up elemental equilibrium, and in order to do that, I must remember to stone shard sometimes. Okay, so we were at 30k before. 34k, let's say. I think it's time to see what this build can do. Shall we use consumables? I'm gonna use consumables as well. It's just fun to see the maximum output. I'm not using anything huge, it's just 60 spell damage and 30 strength. The 2%, I mean, it's my last wrist wrap, bro. Fuck it. We're gonna put on everything for the final DPS test to keep up the 10% fire damage, and you gotta press Stone Shard to keep up elemental equilibrium. You'll see everything is tracked over here. So we go in, drop totems, Storm Strike, Lava Lash, keep this up, one more Storm Strike, pop CDs, hopefully elemental equilibrium procs from this one. I don't see it proccing, my dudes. Oh no, it's over here. I'm blind. Everything is going according to plan. 44k single target. Let's see if we can get it any higher. 50k. Considering that this is a fresh account and a fresh character, these are some pretty respectable numbers. Oh, the pet was on passive. No, the pet wasn't passive and the pet provides a shit ton of damage. Okay. And the totems ran out. So we're gonna redo this super fast. And hope for some slightly better results. Let me reset. Go in. Totems. Storm Strike. off. Elemental Equilibrium. Maybe it was proccing only from the totems. Let's drop the boss. Oh, and turn off the pet, turn the pet off so it can attack, bro. This is exactly why we started. And now Elemental Equilibrium again doesn't want to pop off, bro. Now that it has uptime, we're holding it steady. 51k. This is some good shit. This is some good shit. Dropping again. So 51k, I think we're gonna call it around there. 51k single target on a brand new account, on a brand new character, without any collection, we did use 3 experience spots, so I did spend €1 with €1 investment and 30 hours at max level investment. Let's check out the breakdown. Lava Sweep, 74k crits, up to 111k. These are some juicer Lava Sweep crits right here. Ignite second, Primordial Fury with average 11k, very nice. Explosive Charge Shrapnel, cool. Pure Chaos Bolt with 40k average, actually super nice. Chaos Burn and Chaos Burn itself, super cool. Together like 10%, 12% of our damage. Stormborn 3.6k, 3.6% in single target, but it's going to be way more in AoE with 11k average is actually super nice. Flame Tongue Attack, Molten Earth, the rest are just fillers. Let's check out the auras. We have only 50% uptime on Frost Brand, even though we're using a fast dagger. Did my weapon enchant go away? No, it's still there. So that is a little curious. And the uptime on, let me see the actual important stuff. Earth, Wind, and Fire, again from triggered by offhand, is pretty high. 72% I think is decent compared to what I've tested on different specs. Elemental Equilibrium, only 50% uptime, and it's super weird. So it ends up being actually maybe like a 3.5% damage talent. It's still okay. 3% damage talent, it's still okay if I can figure out what's the issue in making it proc. So I think this kind of covers. For the abilities, you know, nothing super crazy going on. Everything is in accordance to Sinski's guide. I think the main difference I may have at the moment is this enhancing totem talent, totemic focus itself for 5% more crit. I can't find it now, but you can trust me on it. It's there, right here. And I also took the Chaos Bolt Scaler with Spell Power, Shadow and Flame, so the more gear we get, the more Chaos Bolt will do. 74 item level. Once we get to 94 item level and everything is super upgraded, maybe we have a set going. We only have Lawbringer set at the moment and some upgraded Mythic Plus pieces. You can see my weapons are super garbo. I'm using a fucking polearm and dagger in main hand. So what have we actually done to achieve this? Let's have a fast recap of everything that we did, and then I'm gonna let the video play back from the start so you can watch the entire journey. In a few words, to put it simply, the aim of the game is to find the build that you want to play, either DPS, tank, or healer, doesn't really matter, and perfect it by getting a lot of scrolls. A lot of rerolls, the scrolls which allow you to reroll spells. Now, the way we tackled this challenge, so to speak, is by making one character, well, one specialization, which was specifically dedicated to farming manastorm. Manastorm is kind of the best way to get scrolls, even though they do come from all activities. Nothing beats manastorm because you get a first-time completion bonus, which ends up yielding, I think from farming these levels, we must have gotten maybe 4,000 to 5,000 scrolls in total, which allowed us to, on one hand, get the first build to a mid-tier power level. I think it's like 8 to 12k single target, but it's also a little tanky focused in order for us to be able to tank at the start of the journey. And then once we had enough scrolls invested into the second spec, so we were very disciplined, invested maybe 500 to 600 scrolls into the first spec, and then saved up to, I don't know, 1,000 to 1,500 on the second spec, then rolled it all down. After I rolled it all down, it turned out that this one already had more power than our old one, so I focused on using this spec, only playing DPS on this one, in order to do two things. One hand, push my Mythic Plus Keystone. So we were able to upgrade some gear up to 36. This is a really big stat budget helmet and a really big weapon. And obviously you can still upgrade some more stuff and on the journey, on the way, find a couple of pieces which are really good. So focusing on one spec gives you that. And also we were able to finish up a lot of manastorm. So let's say I pushed up to maybe 100 to 200 using the first spec on most different difficulties. And then I was able to focus on playing DPS and either in a group or solo push up quite high. You can see my solo is not super high because this build is not as tanky as the other one. It does a lot more damage, but sometimes I die, and that was the level I pushed it up to before. I rolled down and carded everything in, as you just saw me. The most important thing as a takeaway, I think, is to have this dual split, one build which you're dedicating to farming in order to power up your main build, which is what you want to play, either DPS, tank, or healer. I think that is a very viable strategy. As I have proven, you can get some really good results without much effort. So without further ado, boys, enjoy the journey. Feel free to ask questions in the comments and do not despair. Everything is doable. It is possible to get a good spec, even if you're a new player. Have fun, my lads. Bye-bye.